Okay, so in talking about posture, some of the things that I want to address specifically as it regards self-protection is that when you're talking about how you carry yourself every day, this is like a classic downtrodden passive posturing motion, which is when you like round the shoulders forward, kind of slouchy, look down at the ground, things like that. Well, when you're getting into physical confrontation, the same thing applies. When you receive energy, if somebody were to be attacking you and you receive energy like this, that's a passive posture. You have a very difficult time in passive postures to move from that to an active posture without having the knowledge and understanding to do so. What I want you for this level for you guys to work on is understanding that there's a difference between this and this. Okay, and it doesn't matter what the hand position is. It's not about that. It's really about how you carry yourself and how you receive energy. Somebody might strike you and you might responsively flinch back. Okay, that's a passive posture, and that's okay. That's very normal. That's what probably even professionals would do. Especially if it's a surprise. The goal, though, is to move from that passive posturing, which is reactive and keeps you in a state of victimization, to a active posture, which is taking control of your structure, taking control of your mentality, putting this back into a position, a framework of like, okay, I have to do something. I'm not just going to receive this. So receiving, passive posturing, victim, or are you going to be the author? Are you going to write the story? Are you going to take the same approach? Now, the same basic defense has happened, but I've taken a different approach to it. I've stepped and I've set myself up, hopefully, to be a little bit more active. And I kind of look at it like reactive and active, right? So you have reactive, which again, you can't take reflex and reactions out of the equation. What you can do, though, is learn to move from that state of reactiveness to action, right? You have to be able to transition to action. So you do this initially, but then are you going to be able to get back into more of an active posture? You go from this into like, okay, I'm ready now. Like, those are the things you're trying to do here. As much as possible, you want to stay in active postures and use your energy, right? So an example, again, it's very specific. So for example, I do this, an attack comes like this and hits my head, right? Okay, I stay safe, that's good, right? I've survived. But I could also use that in an active approach, which is like, this is passive, it hits me, it's just a barrier. Totally good, it's a good baseline starting point. But to move it into a active controlling situation, I might use this same thing and just do this. So now the same thing hits on my elbow instead of on my arm, and my structure, my actual physical posture will take less abuse as far as being tossed around. So if I get hit like this, I might fall this way and then this way and then this way, right? When I start to do this, I start to redirect the energy back into them. I'm taking active control of myself, and it makes a huge difference in outcomes.